Hi, so today I'd like to take you through accessing Outlook through the web. We've got a few different ways that we can do this. And to start, I would just like to show you the traditional way you will access Outlook on the day of the post-migration. So you should have a just a icon on your desktop called Outlook. This is a shortcut that will take you to the web version of Outlook. And just double click on that and that will open. And now you can select the account you want to log into. So just to show you what it looks like, here is the screen that you will see. You just need to put in your email address, your Tasti email address, with the password that you use to log in each day. So yeah. If you'd like, you can hit yes to staying signed in, so you don't need to go through this process again. And then this will bring you to web version of Outlook. Yep, and you'll land here. And this is the main screen for Outlook Web. What I'll do quickly is just show you that how you can access Outlook if you don't have that desktop icon set up as well. It's quite straightforward. So you would open the internet browser of your choice. In this case, I'm using Chrome. And I'll open a new tab and it will act as if I've opened a new browser. I'll type in the following address to get to Outlook immediately. So you type in outlook.com. You press enter, and that will take you to the same place. And this can be done on any device as long as you have your credentials to log in, which will be your email address and your password, of course. Okay, so now that we have landed in Office, what we'll do is we'll just go through some of the basic features that you'll need to use every day. To begin, let's compose a email. Navigate to the top left-hand corner and click on New Message. And this gives you the ability to compose a new email. So immediately you'll see things that will be probably quite familiar. You can define who you're sending this to. So I can send this to my colleague Matthew. Select that. If you would like to bring in someone from the address book, what you can do is you can click on To. This will load up the address books that you have access to, and you'll be able to pull out a user that you may need to send an email to, of course. So in this case, I'll pull out my other colleagues, Jason, and I'll add him as a recipient as well. And you can see that's brought Jason in as well. Now, finally, you can also use CC, of course, which is making sure that people are added, even if they're not the primary receivers of the email. And I could send this to boss, Peter, and I can also use the CC button to get an address book contact if required, but in this case it's Peter. And we're done there. I can also BCC, which is blind CC, of course. You can select here, and again, that will just bring that down. If you need to access the address book, you click on it. Getting pretty consistent here. So if you want to add in the subject, of course, you can say maybe Outlook training times, looking times, Outlook. And you can get some content to the email if you'd like. If you want to add an attachment, you can navigate up to the attachment button up here, just at the top of the page, or actually just next to the discard as well. Attach. You may get a recent file that you definitely want to attach, or if you'd like to browse your computer for that file, you can do so here. And then you may find the file that you would actually like to attach. Now, what you can also do, show you attaching the file, which will bring the file here, of course. And if you'd like to get rid of it or changes, click on this More Actions. If you hover over the file, and then you can remove the attachment. If you're quite used to dragging and dropping, you can still do this, of course, in the Outlook web. and I'll just demonstrate that for you now. So down. And if you just drag and drop, you'll get the opportunity just to attach it immediately. So that's still the same. And I'll just do this attachment. And once I'm happy with the content, I would hit send. If you drop down here, you can also determine when you'd like to send it. You'll be at the time and the date. But for now, I'm just going to discard this draft email, and we'll move on to the next topic. Discard. Next thing we may want to do is replying to an email or forwarding an email. So essentially, you can do this by navigating to the right hand side of the screen. You'll see a reply button, reply to all, and forward. If you select any of those, it will bring up a new email in a similar fashion to what we just saw with new message. So if we just start by hitting reply, I'll be able to reply to the sender, and immediately it already defines a couple of things, like who the sender is, the subject is what the subject was of that original email, and I can just put in the content I would like. Same things ago, you can attach in the same way, and you take advantage of any of these styling font choices down below as well. And much the same for forwarding emails as well. For example, we would use the forward button. Same thing. This time we choose obviously who we'd like to forward it to, CC and BCC, but very much the same as previously. Just close out that. Okay, so from here we'll go into calendar events that we can create from Outlook. So if we navigate over to the calendar, you'll find that the left-hand side of the drop down is here. Open calendar. And that's going to open up your calendar. So immediately you may want a different view to the one that you have. I have mine set to month, and I like this overview. We can see what's happening in the month, and I don't need as much detail maybe as some of the other views, but if you would like, what's happening in your day by day, you could change this in the top right hand corner to a week potentially. And as you can see, it's got a bit of better layout for like when exactly these events are happening. So perhaps you would prefer this view, but you can toggle between all sorts of views if you'd like. So immediately, a few things you can do is you can see that you can create a new calendar event. This can be a meeting of some kind or a reminder. So if I can do that right now by just going to the top left-hand corner, hitting new event. That's going to open up a calendar event. I can add a title. Let's go with Outlook. And we can immediately start inviting people to this training. Invite Matthew, Peter. Now immediately for internal people, it's going to come up with suggested times. These are times that everyone is available. So what Outlook will do is it will look at these other people's calendars and just, if they're internal, of course, just check to see whether they're available. You can get a better layout of this if you go up to the scheduling assistant. Click on this and you'll see that when we all have some upcoming meetings. So tomorrow we can see that Matt has a meeting around 10. Peter has a meeting around 1:30. So those would be poor times to choose for us to catch up. But using that information, we can actually pick a time that'd be best suited for us. So as you can see, we may just be able to go off this. I'm pretty happy with 4:30 today. Everyone's available, and we can see that from scheduling assistant, it's not going to get close to interfering with any of their current meetings. And that is today, obviously. So you can see here, and yes, this is recorded on the 30th of September. You can also toggle it to be an all-day event if you'd like. In this case, I've just got a specific time frame. Most will probably want that. You can choose a meeting room if one has been set up. And Office will automatically want to know your location. If you you may find this useful, just so you can immediately put in your location. We'll just ignore this for now, but feel free to put that in if you would like. In this case, I could use any of the meeting rooms, or maybe I could just keep it, maybe we want to do a Teams meeting. This is a really useful place to set up a Teams meeting as well. So we could toggle this to be a Teams meeting. What will happen there is everyone will receive a link to a Teams meeting when this invite gets sent out, and everyone will be able to join, and it'd be quite a common way to do meetings at the moment. So, you know, you can toggle that to being a Teams meeting right there, or if you would like, you can just leave that as a normal catch up and you can select a location. You don't have to select a location. It will come up saying that you need to select a location if you try and send it though. So just be aware of that, and then just that you do not need one. And I'm going to make this a Teams meeting, and then I'll send this out, and we'll catch up that Teams for the Outlook training at the end of today. So hit send, and that's going to send off that event. And then go down here, you can see Outlook training at 4 p.m. today. And if we bring that into week view, which will, you know, put it into a bit more perspective, you'll see that there's the training. Double click on it if I'd like, and this will bring up some details about the event. From here, I can click here to join the meeting, and this would, you know, take me straight to that Teams meeting, and I'll be able to meet with Peter and Matthew at 4 p.m. today. Now, next thing to cover will be out of office. So showing you how to set out of office, the web version of Outlook. So what you want to do is you want to navigate up to the top right hand corner, and you will go into the settings, which is the gear. So just follow my mouse up here, see the settings. I'm going to search for automatic replies, set up your out of office. So search automatic or even auto, and you'll see that automatic replies comes up very quickly. Click on that, and that's going to open up the automatic replies box. Immediately, you just want to hit turn on. And from there, we'll get a few different options. We can set up replies only be sent during a certain time period. You know, if you know you're just going to be out of office for a set period of time, and you know that period, you can just tick this, and you'll be able to select the dates and times that you'll be out of office for. In this case, it's this is a 24-hour window from right now to this time tomorrow. We have a few other options here as well: blocking your calendar for the period, automatically declining new invitations for events, and declining cancelling your meetings during this period. If you feel that's going to be relevant to you or useful, then you may tick those as well. Next, we've got two boxes here, and this is quite important to note as well, because you can see the title is Send Automatic Replies Inside Your Organization, and the one below is Sending Replies Outside Your Organization, and even just sending it to contacts. So if you want separate messages for internally and externally, then this is the place to do it. You can define your internal message right here, and then you can define your external message right here. You just need to make sure that send replies outside your organization is ticked, and also tick send replies only to contacts. If you're happy with that, then hit save, and that will save the settings for out of office. I'm going to hit this card just because I do not be out of office right now, and that will take the settings back and sets it out. And that brings us to the end of today's Outlook training.